Hello everyone, and welcome to the latest edition of my soccer forecasting model. Today I'm going to reveal my forecast for the Europa League semifinal second leg. But before I do that, let me review the results from my forecast regarding the Champions League semifinals second leg. My results were not correct because, again, as a recap, I had Bayern with 50% chance of win, and it ended up as a draw, and I only had a 7.5% chance of a draw. In the second semifinal, I had Liverpool winning with 50% chance and a 12% chance of a draw, with a 38% chance for Roma to win, and Roma won. For such a forecasting model that's still at its infancy stage, I think it's mistakes like that are expected, in my opinion. And I think here the mistake that I made was not including factors regarding that these were two legs matches. So again, as a recap, my model is very different from the SPI, the Soccer Power Index, because I heavily include factors that are not always quantifiable. This is sport. So there are, besides the form of the team and the number of goals scored or given, other factors, mental factors, and others that are not quantifiable should be taken into account. And I found a way to take that into account into my model. That's why my model is different from the SPIs. So for the results, the Champions League results, the first leg I was correct. And again, you can look at my channel and have a video for the Champions League semi-final first leg, and also for the Europa League first leg. I was correct. For the second leg of Champions League, I was not correct. And I think because I did not take into account that these were two legs fairs. So for the Europa League semi-final, I tweaked it. I tweaked my forecast, trying to take into account that this is the second leg, and we'll see how it goes. Maybe I didn't really have a chance to test that new tweak yet, so this is the first really attempt at a second leg affair. So we'll see how it goes once the games are played on Thursday, which is today. So my model for the first game between Atletic and Arsenal, I have Atletic with a 30% chance of win against a 22.5% chance for Arsenal and a 47.5% chance of a draw. In comparison, the SPI has a 53% chance of win for Atletic, a 24% chance for Arsenal, and a 24% chance as a draw. The second leg, the second match between Red Bull and Marseille, I'm giving Red Bull a 43% chance of a win and Marseille a 23.5% chance with a 33.5% chance of a draw. The SPI has Red Bull with a 42% chance to win and Marseille a 31% chance to win, with a 26% chance of a draw. So my chance of win and the SPIs are pretty close, as we see, as opposed to the other game, which our chances, my chance of win are pretty low for Atletic compared to the SPI, which give them a 53% chance. Now it's important to note that these percentages can change based on in-game factors. For instance, a red card let's say Atletic gets a red card, the chances for Arsenal greatly increase to win. Let's say Arsenal gets a red card, the chance of Atletic winning or draw increase. That's just an example. I haven't found a way yet to include these in-game factors into my forecasting model, but again, it's still at its infancy. So these are still tests that I'm doing, and I'm sharing it with you guys until the model is close to perfection. But so far, and again, my videos are there on my channel, you can see that I've been very, very close to being right, and right most of the time. So I can say that the success rate so far has been high, except the Champions League second leg where that wasn't a success. So I'm going to tweak it until I get it right. But in my opinion, there's no doubt my model is something better than the Soccer Power Index. So we will see each other on Friday, where we'll also have the forecasting model for the Premier League games for that weekend. And again, I have a video on my channel for the Premier League games from last week, and you can if you happen to look at that video, you'll see that it was a success. I was right for I think all but one game where my forecast wasn't really correct. So we'll see each other on Friday.